Yeah, so Halloween Ends was a movie. You know, it was one of the most anticipated sequels in the Halloween franchise, obviously, because it was kind of sort of meant to be the last film in the series. A lot of people keep saying it's like the end of Laurie Strode's story, but it is not the end of Michael Myers' story, even though after you watch the film, listen, I'm not gonna do major spoilers for the film. In fact, this isn't what this video is about. I'm not reviewing the film. I'm not telling you if the movie is good or not. If you want to know my opinions, I'll tell you at the end of this video. All that I'm here to talk about is NECA Toys and how they've been teasing the hell out of the possibility of getting an Ultimate Michael Myers figure based off of Halloween Ends. Which obviously, yeah, that's a bit left to be desired because A, not a lot of people really like the film. B, there isn't really much of a difference between this Michael and the previous one, although that's a little bit hard to kind of explain. That I would definitely have to not only spoil Halloween Kills, but also go a little bit more in depth as to like his looks and all that. And I'll even do like a comparison with some of his figures. I got all that ready to go and to talk because holy crap, I'll be honest. Look, whatever your thoughts are on the film, I'll be honest. I kind of want this to happen. It'd be pretty interesting to see what they might do with this, especially with some of the stuff that they did in the movie. So, listen, I'm just gonna say it right now. If you have not seen the movie, if you want to watch it, I don't know if you will want to watch it because maybe you heard in the reviews that it wasn't good, or maybe you watched that. I don't know. Maybe you don't want to be reminded of this film. Look, I'm just gonna say it. I'm not going to spoil how the movie ends. I won't do that. I'm only going to spoil like the most like parts that are important and are relevant to our conversation today about that little possibility because there is some things that we have to talk about a little bit. So before I can really continue and begin talking about the possibility of, getting a figure or how it's not possible. I have to talk a little bit about how this all started. Now, this I don't know if this. I'm assuming this is on every social media platform. I don't think it's only Instagram, but because I'm on Instagram most of the time, that's where I always get the news on NECA's official account. Where throughout the entire month of October, they call it the 31 Nights of Frights, and they do that. They did this last year too, I remember. Basically, it's where throughout October, every night at 8 o'clock, they will always announce like a new product that's coming out. Not exactly. Most of the stuff that they announce isn't really exactly new. It's mostly been pretty obvious by now. Like for an example, we'll hear some stuff about a figure, but then it's like we heard about that a while ago. You know what I mean? I guess so. It's like teasers almost. They do reveal new products. Don't get me wrong. They actually do, but it's mostly most of the time it's kind of talking and hinting of stuff that we already know about. So for example, the Universal monsters, they'll show off like the boxes, even though we haven't seen them before. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. That's kind of what they do. So obviously throughout this month they have revealed some pretty good stuff like the ultimate figure of the Phantom of the Opera. They've done a lot of stuff like that. They keep advertising their freaking Walmart and Auto T thing, which honestly I've been avoiding talking about that because it is absolute dog crap. But don't get me wrong, I even made a post about it too, about maybe talking about it. But it's like it is just so weird and complex. I don't even know if I really want to talk about it, only because I can already tell in the video I'm gonna be like, it's so bizarre. They did tease a brand new Chucky figure, so that's pretty cool, right? So what about Halloween, right? Where did this whole stigma started from, right? Well, it simply started in the comments, right? So I hope you don't mind. I took some screenshots of it. So I can't really remember exactly what post it was from. Actually, you know what? I think I might be able to find out. Hold up, because I remember I commented it somewhere, and this was okay. I found it. Yeah. So this was when they were revealing their head knockers of Annabelle, which okay, sure, that's what the fans really want. I mean, if you like head knockers, that's fine. This is your thing, but obviously it's not for us collectors. So obviously, this was 3 days. Well, no, yeah, this was kind of 3 days ago, but obviously, I know somewhere else in another post they did tease it somewhere, and that's where I'll read you the comments, right? Uh, if you want to know who that was my dog Lulu. Anyway, all right. So here's where I found out about the news. So I'm not gonna say the name of the account, obviously, of the people commenting, but basically somebody wrote, "Really surprised that there is no Halloween Ends Michael Myers yet." Somebody said will probably be the reveal on Halloween, which makes sense. I mean, today's the 31st, so tonight we're gonna see if that's true or not. So and then somebody put they better. I need Michael and Laurie with the rusty knife and the dusty overalls. Okay. And then as a joke, I guess, I don't know. Somebody put there's no time, man. They gotta announce 50 different Ninja Turtles first, because they're Halloween icons, am I right? And obviously they're joking around because of the whole Ninja Turtles and Universal Monsters crossover, which is a very successful line. Sorry, my successful line so far. So I'm glad that NECA is able to keep creating more of those figures, and I hope they do continue. And then NECA, they actually did commented, and then they put, when does Halloween end? And then they put the little emoji, that weird kind of smile, like that. You know what I mean? That weird emoji. And again, someone's joking around, being great question. You know what I mean? So on another post, I don't know if it's exactly on this one, because this one is a screenshot. It's a screenshot of a screenshot. So somebody screenshotted whatever post this was from, and then I screenshotted it too, because I know that I was gonna basically lose where the original post came from. So somebody put, wondering if you guys are doing Halloween Ends this year, and then they put that that is another emoji, that smile, that little smirk emoji, and then someone put, no way. And then somebody put, I'm guessing the figure will only include 2 knives, which, I mean, we all know that obviously that's not, that'd be pretty terrible, don't get me wrong, but yeah, and obviously those aren't the only times that we were kind of teased as to the possibility of when we'll get those figures. I mean, if we'll get that one figure. Well, I don't know. It could go either way. Will it be just one particular figure? Will it be a 2-pack? I mean, we'll get to that in a bit. And on this one, I think it's on. Yeah, so on the same one that they revealed that weird head knocker, somebody put, once again, I think NECA is trolling us with what everyone is waiting for. And then somebody put Halloween Ends figure. They teased that it will be revealed on the 31st. And okay, so I think I wrote like they did, and then yeah, that's what I wrote. And then somebody put, yes, on the Gargoyles reveal from 4 days ago to the comments. Somebody asked when the reveal, and they said, when does Halloween end? So yeah, I don't know. Oh wow. And then somebody put, we do not. Oh no, that's talking about the head knocker, not the figure. Because of the whole stigma of the film. Because it's a very divided film. It's like you either kind of like it, or you don't like it. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Right now, this is where I need to talk a little bit about the film, because it is relevant to what we're talking about today. And I'll explain why. So before I move on, I gotta say this. I'm not spoiling like the biggest parts, like the ending or so. I'm not gonna talk about what happens in those parts. I'm gonna be specifically talking about as to why this is relevant to begin with. So allow me to explain. So Halloween Ends, from what we already knew before watching the film, is that the film takes place 4 years after the events of Halloween Kills, because Halloween Kills took place right where the last film ended, which was Halloween 2018. So basically, the whole idea in general was that these films were kind of like sort of like a trilogy, kind of like a quadrilogy type thing going on. What I mean by that is that Halloween 2018 is the whole series as a whole right now is a half reboot and half sequel, where it continues from the very first Halloween film from 1978, but you do not count any of the other sequels. You don't count Halloween 2. You especially don't count Halloween 3. You don't count 4, 5, 6. You don't count none of those anymore. And obviously, you don't count the remakes, but you get the point. Obviously, this was like a new set of films, which is meant to kind of revive the franchise and give it a nice, fresh look. And without a doubt, that's true because these films have been pretty great, all up until now, of course. But you get the point, right? And honestly, the whole hate towards Halloween Kills, I really don't get it. I thought that was pretty good. Yeah, there were some parts where it's like I could kind of see why people didn't like some things about it, but all in all, I didn't think it was a bad movie. This one, however, of course, it was debatably bad for sure. Halloween Ends because it's meant to be the finale. Do what you want. You could put whatever. Do the most craziest plot twists if you want. Did they really do that? Not really, but well, like I say, I'm not gonna say what happens. Towards the end and all that. I'm just gonna talk about a little bit of the beginning for sure. Yeah. So basically, because Michael basically got away with everything in the last film, he pretty much he was pretty much the winner. Obviously, he killed like a lot of the people in Haddonfield and whatever. People try to you know, I guess sort of team up, kind of. Basically, they all kind of gathered around trying to beat the shit out of him. Did it work? Kind of. Well, it's like what it's like what Laurie said. The more he kills, the stronger he gets. So, long story short, Halloween Kills didn't exactly had a happy ending, and you know what? That's fine with me. I think it makes sense context of the film because Michael's meant to be this evil where you don't know why he does what he does. And so, as for Halloween Ends, well, here's the story. We got a new character, and his name is Corey. All right. This is spoiler territory. Big spoiler territory. So don't get mad at me saying that I spoiled the film for you. I'm gonna have to put it in my description. I'm gonna have to put it everywhere so that people don't start complaining that I spoiled the film. Because I'm just gonna spoil this right now. So Corey, you see, he's our new character where his situation was that one day he was babysitting this kid, and then this kid was kind of messing around with them. I mean, he was like he was playing hide and seek kind of, but then the door was open and there was a knife missing, and then obviously Corey got kind of like scared because he thought, oh, is Michael in the house? Because technically Michael he's still out there, and this wasn't Haddonfield, so it was always that, you know what I mean, that chance. So he grabbed a knife, he started looking for him, he went upstairs, he goes to this attic door. He went to this room. He gets locked in. He gets like super scared. He starts hyperventilating. He's like freaking out. And then the boy, he's all like, he's kind of mess with him. And then he's like, open the door. He started kicking that. And then he starts screaming, "I'm gonna kill you!" What's his name? Whatever. I forgot the name of the little boy. I'm sorry. And literally, right when that happens, the parents they come to the house. They could hear that he's saying, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you," even though he obviously wasn't gonna kill him. And then, make a long story short, eventually he does kick the door in. He hits the poor boy, but because this was on a high floor, the boy then he splat right on the freaking wall. He died, and that literally happened right in front of the parents. So to make a long story short, they think that Corey killed the poor little boy, even though that's not what happened at all. It was obviously just by an accident. But basically, throughout the film, we kind of see how he's kind of like the freak of the whole neighborhood. People think that he, killed him and all. So I think you could pretty much guess what they were already doing. It's almost like they were kind of teasing it too. I remember watching the film and I'm like, is he going to be like the new Michael Myers or something? Is that what they're hinting at? Because yeah, I won't spoil. I'm just gonna kind of leave it bit by bit. All I'm gonna say is that Corey, he kind of ends up in like this weird sewer area where he apparently runs into Michael. He's apparently been living in Haddonfield for all those years, underneath in the sewers. Okay, I wonder how that's possible. How does he eat? Like, what does he do? You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna spoil what happened. Obviously, all I'm gonna say is poor Corey, he got kind of messed up. You could kind of see how he's like, he's kind of messed up. And the next thing you know, Michael Myers has a buddy now. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna tell you how or why it happened. All I'm going to say is that then for some odd reason, they both start going on a killing spree where literally Corey, he brings like this officer and then he's like, come on, do it. And then Michael, he's like, he's struggling to kill the police officer. He's like, you know what I mean? And then he's all kind of like moldy and stuff like that as well. So basically what Corey wants to do, he wants Michael to get all riled up. He wants Michael to actually start going out and killing again, which, okay, that's interesting, right? So then they start going around town, start killing people and all that. And it's so weird because basically it's like Corey and Michael teaming up, and Corey he gets like this weird scarecrow hat. I don't remember what kind of mask it was. If I listen, I watched the movie one time. I'm gonna admit it. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, I'm not prepared for this video at all. All I'm gonna say is that he was wearing like a pumpkin or like some kind of scarecrow mask. I know there was like a scarecrow mask that he did wore at a Halloween party. Uh, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the one he kept. I don't think it was. There was a pumpkin, but whatever. If you've seen the movie, you get what I mean. You know. And yeah, so then you got that kind of going on, and then later on towards the film, so let's just say, I guess he got kind of fed up that Michael wasn't pulling his punches, so he literally beats the crap out of him. Corey, he got his own jumpsuit, and he stole Michael's mask. So okay, what do you think starts happening next? Well, simple. He starts doing most of the killing. So, yeah, ginormous spoiler. Basically, Michael does shit in this film. He kills maybe a few people, and then that's about it. This movie really isn't like as violent as the previous one, which is pretty disappointing, not gonna lie. But here, you see, this is why I had to talk about this because people are speculating, is it possible that because Corey was kind of like pretending to be Michael, is it possible that we might get an ultimate Corey? You see what I mean? You see what I mean now, you know? And I'm going to read you the rest of the comments too that I found. Well, not really. Some of these are like from different posts, like in Reddit and stuff like that. Uh-oh, I just lost it. Okay, I found it again. Okay. And then somebody wrote, would love if it was a 2-pack with Corey and his scarecrow mask, but to be honest, that's probably a long shot. And yeah, I do wonder that too, if that's what they're gonna do, because somebody else commented that maybe it's just, how do I say this? Like it's gonna be like a Michael figure, but then it's gonna come with a Corey head. But the thing is though, Corey, he's not like tall. He's not like as massive as Michael. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of like how would that work, you know? I mean, he got his own jumpsuit because he does work at a junkyard. They did explain that in the film, you know, they show how he works there. He even got his own motorcycle and everything. So, okay, maybe that could work. I don't know. Obviously because of the sizing thing, because Michael, he's a tall guy. So I'm, you know, anyway, let me see. What oh yeah, I read that already. And then of course, because I guess of course, there's always got to be that one person that questions everything. This guy is like, I really don't get people. The only difference from kills is those tiny dots of white mold on his mask and suit, and that's all. And yeah, that is a good point because if you look at like the Halloween Kills figure, yeah, he's all burnt on the side and all that. I know you can't really tell because this is my laptop quality. All right, you know, if I was filming this on my phone, you would see the details much more better, but you get the point. Obviously, this is how he looked in Halloween Kills. He got like the burnt mask is all kind of gray, greenish, kind of. It's basically it's like fermented in his mask. And then of course you got like the missing fingers. Yes, he is missing a couple fingers. Yeah, you know. Yeah, I wanted to pose him with the baseball bat because I don't know. That kill at the end though at Halloween Kills. Well, it wasn't like the final kill. It was like the second to last kill. If you see Halloween Kills, you know what I mean. And basically then the person was like, and that's all. Are people expecting him to come with more interesting accessories? No, because unlike 2018 in Kills, in this movie he only used the knife, so getting a repainted Halloween Kills Michael doesn't seem like a deal for me, and mark my words, if we get the Corey Michael Myers, fans will start to rage as they wanted Michael and not a copycat. I mean, that I had to disagree because remember when Friday the 13th Part 5 did the whole copycat thing? For anyone that don't know, in Friday the 13th Part 5, there was a copycat killer. How did you know it was a copycat? Simple. Jason's mask had the red thing going on, the diamond design on his mask, while the copycat killer had the blue. You know, I mean, I don't want to spoil too much as to how that works. All I'm gonna say is that it's his name is Roy, the paramedic. So he was the copycat, and you know, I think frankly, I mean, well, to be fair, um, they kind of had like a bit of an interesting thing going on, you know. Plus, it was called Friday the 13th Part Five, a new beginning or something like that. So there was already some context to it. Where in this film, it's supposed to be the last Halloween film, so you would think that they might go with a plot about Michael going out to finally trying to kill Laurie, but instead it's about this other guy, which that's one of the major complaints of the film is that it's more focused on Corey than it is Michael. And you know, the director, even he had to come out and pretty much explain why he wanted to do that. I didn't went too much into it only because I hate that he kind of ended it off saying, "Oh, now I'm going to work on the exorcist," and I'm like, you didn't give us all the answers we want, but okay, we'll talk about that at a later date. I really feel they missed the boat by not giving Michael's mask. Wait, what? This guy's writing. Come on, hold on. Not giving Michael's mask and ends a greenish mold. That way you could pose 2018 kills and ends all together. I mean, that's a possibility though. I think so because he's been living in a sewer. Now, the other thing too is that, well, this movie takes place a lot in the dark, so we barely get to see how Michael looks exactly. So I don't know. I'm assuming that maybe it might be like the same figure as the previous one, like with kills, but maybe with slightly different colors. That is pretty interesting that they mentioned that though. So I might put I wouldn't be disappointed. I don't have the kills Michael Myers, but it would be neat to pick it up at some point. I mean, you know, and then somebody is like, "Please be Corey, please be Corey, please be Corey, please be Corey," you know, and it's like, I mean, I listen. Don't get me wrong. I kind of like the idea. Don't get me like that whole idea with Corey and all that kind of slowly becoming a killer. I think that was fine. I actually like that idea. I just didn't like that they did that in this film. That would have been perfect for like its own Halloween flick. Not this one. This is Halloween Ends. Let it be about Michael and Laurie. It makes no sense. Come on. All right, I'm just I'll put my opinions towards the end of the movie. Let me know. Okay, let me just read the last couple comments and then we'll go over to the action figures and then that'll be about it. This will be big, maybe from me. The new movie was dog shit. Not sure I wanna wait. What? Why he wrote it like that? Okay, he put this will be a big maybe from me. Oh, okay, I got you. The new movie was dog shit. Not sure if I want a reminder of it on my shelf. I'm still trying to pretend it doesn't exist and Kills was the final movie. Oh god, can you imagine? If, oh boy. So we're going to get bloated, moldy mass, Michael, and I guarantee we would get a Corey head. And how many effing famous characters do we want to see? If that idiot gets an effing skull, I swear to cry. Wow, but these people are like, you see, this is why I don't like Reddit. I really don't like Reddit because of that. People are like mad aggressive here. It's like, damn, like take a chill pill or something. That's why I do not like Reddit. But whatever. That's the end of that. Not exactly. We gotta talk about the figures, right? Because there's I'm gonna be talking only specifically about Michael. I'm not really gonna be talking about the other figures like Dr. Loomis or Laurie Strode. And you know, I'm not gonna be counting the retro cloth of Michael Myers either, because you know, that's a retro cloth, that's kind of its own thing, and the sizing is not it's not 7 inches, it's 8 inches. But you get the point. So let's go over the figures, right? So I only own three. There's four Michael figures, not counting retro cloth and all that. There's the Halloween 2 Michael Myers from 1980, 1981, right? Okay, yeah. And that's the one with like the bloody eyes, of course, you know. I don't have that version, unfortunately. The only version I have is the one where he comes with Dr. Loomis and he's on fire. And why is he on fire? Well, that's a watch Halloween 2, even though it's not canon, but I think Halloween 2 is a pretty solid sequel to the original Halloween film. So take that as you will, right? And you know, obviously, if I take you can't really compare it to this Michael because obviously this is a very, very completely different Michael Myers. But I thought I'd just show it off anyway. And man, do I love this. I love this a lot. If I could, there we go. Yeah, you can take the pieces off if you want, whatever. And okay, we got Michael Myers from Halloween 2018, you know. Obviously, he got the kind of jumpsuit. A lot of people complain that they feel like that his suit, they feel like that he's kind of big and chubby, but I don't mind. I think he looks fine. And of course, he got his mask. And, you know, I posed this one with the knife. Got his hand. And basically what Halloween Kills, it's kind of the same, but not exactly. It's more like wrinkly, you know. You got like the cuts, the burns, you know, and he's slightly taller, surprisingly. I don't know, not exactly. They're still kind of the same height, but this one I could tell this one's slightly taller, not by much, obviously. And, you know, you got the burnt mask, you know. The coloring is different a little bit. It's definitely his suit is much more darker, and his skin tone is slightly different too. And of course, you got the I decided to pose him with the blown up fingers, you know, because Laurie basically got a shotgun and then just basically blew up his fingers, you know. So yeah, that's interesting. So you can only imagine how would they fit that idea with the ultimate Michael Myers from Halloween Ends. You know, how would that work? And you know, the whole Corey thing, I mean, I don't mind. Like I mentioned, I like the idea. I just didn't like that they put it in Halloween Ends, you know, but I don't know. Maybe there's a reason why they did that. I don't know, even whether it's dog shit, but we'll check. We'll see. We have to just kind of wait and see. We can only wait till tonight to see if it's possible of the reveal. If not, well, NECA, I don't know why you be teasing then. I don't know what's going on with that. Um, you know, it is what it is, you know. And like I mentioned, this isn't the only video I have for today. I do plan on uploading a video. I'm gonna try and upload it right now because it just knowing YouTube, it takes forever to upload one goddamn video. Whether it's from a live stream or it's from, you know, some Doom gameplay. Which oh, spoiler, that's, you know, yeah. Yep. So that's about it, guys. So we're done talking about that. So I guess before I end the video, what are my thoughts on Halloween Ends? Not bad, not great either. I'll be honest. I was disappointed. It's not bad. It's not a bad movie. It was just the stuff that they use. You know, especially with the Corey one. They really should not have done it with this film. It really should have been mostly about Michael and Laurie. But hey, that's just on me. You know. I will admit though, I was pretty disappointed to where I had to like not look at my movie collections for a while. I was like, I can't even look at you. You know, I was kind of like in that mood after watching the film, but it is what it is, right? You know, I don't know. Now, is it like bad? Is it like the worst Halloween film? No. I think people exaggerate when they do that because people are saying that it's worse than Resurrection, which, okay, that, no, nothing's worse than Resurrection. Halloween Resurrection was god awful. You know, even if you want to say that that movie at least had more Michael Myers than Halloween Ends does, at least Halloween Ends actually had an idea, even though it wasn't a very good one. And, you know, at least it wasn't like made just for the money. I mean, it was, but like at least not how Halloween Resurrection was, where with its previous film, you know, it was perfectly fine. Everything was great until Halloween Resurrection ruined it. So same goes for Halloween Ends. It's like you got like these perfect set of films. Halloween 2018 was great, Halloween Kills was great, but Halloween Ends just kind of ruins it. But like I said, it's not a complete dumpster fire or dumpster fire. Okay, I'm sorry. Listen, I mess up my words all the time, so I do apologize. All right, I'm gonna say that. I'm just saying it's not like the worst Halloween film. It's not like bad, like garbage, but like it did left a pretty bad taste in my mouth. That's all I'm gonna say. Now you're probably wondering, is this truly the last Halloween film for sure? Um, I won't not that I'm not gonna spoil. I'm not gonna tell you if it's truly the end or not. So until then, I'll see you guys, you know, in the next video. Hope you guys enjoy our little discussion, our 30-minute long discussion. Yeah, this video took way longer than I thought. I'm sitting here and I'm watching the little live counter, and I'm like, damn, are we really like 30 minutes in? No one's gonna watch this video. It's too damn long just to talk about a figure that might or might not even happen. NECA, please don't disappoint us tonight. Or we gotta wait till 8 o'clock. I bet you this video won't be uploaded till like 6 or 7. I bet you that will happen. Watch. Knowing YouTube. But until then, like I mentioned, I am gonna do another video today as well. This isn't the only one, so yeah, that's about it. See you guys hopefully tonight. I don't know. Whatever. But I have a good one though. So see ya.